Hi everyone, Crystal Sayers here from New Beginnings Health and Wellness. I wanted to share a quick tip or tool, something that you can actually use to help you decrease stress and to shift your perspective quite quickly if you will practice this. So I recently had a situation where I had some difficulty with a person. It really hurt. So it was something that kind of hit me. It was like a big punch in the gut, and it was very painful. And normally in the past, I would say it probably would take me days to actually get over those types of things. But I'm telling you that actually I was able to move through it quite quickly, and I believe that you can too. So in this particular situation, the first thing that is really helpful to do when you come up to a stressful situation, or maybe you've heard bad news, quote unquote, the first thing you could do is actually create some neutrality around it. So even though it might have an impact, a deep impact on you, one of the things that I've learned, and I heard from this lady, her name is Marianne Giesman, and she said, the first thing you can do is to say, isn't that interesting? And to be curious about it. Isn't that interesting? Because it helps to create neutrality. So you're not bringing all this terrible stuff into your reality before you've had some time to sort of digest it. Of course, now I'll say this, through the experience that I had to validate my feelings. I was hurt. I validated and I acknowledged that this was painful. I even had a few tears, and then I went, okay. So after I go, okay, this was painful. What do I do? I started by looking at it as, how can I see this as a gift? What is the gift in this experience? So in this particular situation that I was facing, the gift for me was actually that I could see how I had made some judgments about myself. And in addition, I probably said those very things or thought those very things about someone else in terms of what was actually said to me. And so what was interesting about this was to go, okay, so I can see where I also, have had this through this situation mirrored back at me, that I needed to take a look at it. And so I did. And I was able to let go of that, and also to acknowledge my own downfall where I have placed judgments on people. And then in addition to that, I went, okay, what else? What else can I see? Wow, I'm really grateful for this, because it was showing me that I still needed some growth in terms of my confidence. And so I went, okay, so what is going to have an impact? Is this going to impact me for the rest of my life, this particular situation? Is it going to affect me in 5 years? Is it going to affect me in a month or even in a year? No, actually, it's not. I can actually move through it. And what was so amazing was I saw that it was such a gift, because not long after that, I was going to have a client that I was going to be seeing, and it was all around some similar stuff that they wanted to work through. So the interesting thing that happens, is these synchronistic moments. They're not coincidences. They're moments that actually allow us to do the inner work ourselves, because as a practitioner, I can't take anybody where I haven't been myself. And so as a result of this, I was able to deal with what I needed to deal with internally. It took a little while for my body to sort of reset itself and readjust from, sort of those stressful feelings. But as I was able to look at it like, okay, this is interesting. I'm seeing this now for what it is, and I'm seeing it as a gift. And so in this, I just want to say, if you can look at your life, your situations, those things that you have deemed to be extremely difficult, and validate them, as being difficult, that's okay. But understand that in order to shift your perspective, or shift the reality in terms of coming out of that and being able to actually be resilient and bounce out of it, you need to be able to shift your perspective. And so this is one of the ways that you can do that. Is number one is you can say, isn't that interesting? So go into it with curiosity. And number two, what is the gift? What is it that I actually could receive out of this? Right? So this is looking at those parts of ourselves that maybe we don't like. You know, I acknowledge that I too had those same judgments of myself or of others, you know. So we can acknowledge that, we can heal it. And then also, in addition to that, how can it be a gift to help you springboard forward? So I hope this helps. These are some of the kinds of things that I do in terms of helping people, you know, my clients. And so if you want help, you want to heal, please feel free just to drop me a message, and let's see what we can do to work together. We can clear these things and heal stuff very quickly. We don't need to sit in our trauma for years and years and years. So I really believe that. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye for now.